Hello everybody and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary, where I do the research to try to teach you a little something about what you're drinking. Today I'm going to be talking about the newest expression from Bushmills called Red Bush, so let's get into it. If this is your first time with the channel and you like whiskey reviews, informational videos, or just general whiskey knowledge, make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss anything. So I've already talked about the Bushmills distillery in my previous episode on Bushmills Original, which I'll put up a link up there. So I'm going to just kind of get into the whiskey here. So there isn't a whole lot to talk about here other than this is brand new and Bushmills actually sent me a bottle of it for review purposes. But this is the normal Bushmills Original that's just been finished in first fill bourbon casks. So let's just go right into the nosing and the tasting and see what we think. Getting a little bit better at those screw tops. All right, so the color on this guy, as one would expect, I actually still have the original over here. So this is the original. Hopefully you can see the color there versus the bourbon aged. It's a little bit darker, but it's not considerably darker. So I didn't get an exact number of how long it stays in the barrel, but I would guess it's probably only like 6 months or so. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and give this a nose. Well, it's definitely an Irish whiskey. The bourbon's not coming across as much as I would have hoped. So I said in the original one, so basically this is a mix of grain whiskeys and the normal triple distilled from Bushmills. And the grain is coming across pretty heavily in the nose. It's got a sharp nose to it. Personally, not my thing, I guess, but doesn't mean it's bad. There's a little bit of like a florally smell in there as well. But in general, that's all I'm getting is really just kind of a pungent, grainy, almost like an unrefined kind of nose. But long story short, I'm not a fan of the nose. Let's see if the taste is any better. Cheers. All right, so the taste. Now, the taste isn't so bad. I'm gonna just say it right out. Taste isn't great. I'm just already gonna rate this. I think this is a try it. I don't think this is something that you should ignore, honestly. I actually think that this is better than maybe this is coming across, but I would be hesitant to tell you to buy this, only because I actually like the original a lot more than this. And this is like $1 more. So this is once again like virtually no risk. If you wanted to pick this up, I think I got this today for $26 so in Massachusetts. So I would imagine it's not going to be much different anywhere else in the area. So as far as the taste though, you're getting a little bit of vanilla from the bourbon and a little bit of honey, which is pretty much the exact cross between regular Bushmills being pretty heavy on the forefront and then throwing some bourbon at it and you get a little vanilla. In my opinion, this should have maybe sat in the bourbon cask a little bit longer, or maybe put a little higher ABV on it. You know, at 40%, I almost wonder if this is being done a disservice at that. I was very excited for this crossing of both Irish and bourbon. You know, the idea of, I live in Massachusetts, the idea of Irish and Americans working together is something I've been familiar with my whole life. In fact, my wife is Irish, and it's a fact that I am very jealous of her for. So I love the idea that these companies are doing these like finish all of your whiskeys and all these different things, because I do think it adds an extra layer to anything, and I think any expression can be enhanced by just throwing it into some other barrel and selling it as a special kind, because it's really not that much extra as far as you know, putting money into it. So in general, this one gets a try it from me, pretty solidly try it. I do think that some of you will like this. I don't think that all of you will like this, so it's hard for me to give it a higher rating. Anyway, thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Dictionary, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers.